Welcome, Brony nerds and gamers. My name is Drummy, and this is Omikron, the Nomad Soul. This is an exciting day for me personally because the Nomad Soul, Omikron, is actually a big game for me. I played it on the Dreamcast when it was initially released. I'm not entirely sure if it was initially released for PC or for the Dreamcast, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really want to talk too much about it right now. Let's just jump right into the game. I played this a long time ago, and I know I released a trailer for it saying that we were going to start it soon, and then I never really got around to it. But I'll talk more about that later. Let's just start this. Let's just start this shit. Oh boy, this is a walk down memory lane.
I have many things to tell you, and very little time. My name is Kayl. I come from a universe parallel to yours. My world needs your help. You're the only one who can save us. I succeeded in opening a breach between my world and yours. Through your computer, you can enter our world and help us. But in order to do this, you must transfer your soul into my body. Do you accept? Press any key to say yes. But hurry! There isn't much time.
Okay. That's the premise of the game, isn't it? Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird, but okay.
I knew I could count on you. Now, you must concentrate.
Okay, I'm not really concentrating, but you can think I am. What a Dora the Explorer moment. Where's the trans-dimensional line between my mind and yours? There it is!
Now your soul occupies my body. This is the last time that we'll be able to speak together. Once you cross the breach, you'll be on your own. I will take over my body when you leave the game and hold your place for you until you return.
Really? That's how this works? I remember this. I remember this. It's silly. It sounds so silly to come back to that now. Okay, I understand.
That's it. You're ready. But remember, once you cross the breach, you're on your own. There's no saving and going back if you get into trouble. You are entering a real world. If you make mistakes, you'll just have to accept the consequences. Now, listen carefully. To begin your investigation, go first to my apartment. There's no more time to talk. You must cross the breach before it closes. Oh, and one more thing. Be careful with my body. It's the only one I've got.
Yes, I realize how important that is. Now, when they say about the whole, like, there's no turning around and going back if you make mistakes, blah, 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 that's kind of true and kind of not true. I'll explain. It'll make much more sense once we get into the game. I played this game for a while earlier on and then got stuck. I remember when I played the Dreamcast version, I got really stuck at one part, but I think that, like many games that I haven't played for a long time. Okay, yeah, Jaden's getting his ass handed to... Oh, not Jaden, Kayl.
You have been the victim of a violent attack. Go home, eat, and rehydrate yourself. If you experience mental disturbances, consult a psychiatrist. The Omikron police thank you for your cooperation.
That's the police? So, in the future, the police basically, just after you've been attacked by a demon of some kind... What the hell was that? The robot must have scared it off. Yeah, because, you know, we know so many robots. Alright. I'm getting the hang of the controls again. I did a little bit of a test earlier to make sure that everything works right. The audio sync for this game was very difficult to get a hand of. That's actually why it took so long for me to actually start doing this. Yeah, this passage looks like the only way out. Tiny little text down there. By pressing action, I will pick up an object. Once it is in my hand, I can press action again to keep it. I've got a computer terminal grafted on my forearm. I can access my inventory by pressing the sneak button. Enter is my action button, and tab is my sneak button. Yeah, there it is. So there's no save in the menu. This is also one of those games where if you were playing, so you press action button and then you press action button again to pick it up, and you might wonder, well, why do you have to do that twice? That makes no sense. But you know, you pick it up and then maybe you want to put it in your inventory, but maybe not. It actually makes you decide if you want to keep it or not. And I'm not sure if I'm not sprinting because I'm doing something wrong, or because my sprint button is not working yet. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played this. Gosh, it's been a year. It's been so many years since I played this. Okay, I know we're gonna be entering into a song area here, and hopefully it doesn't get slapped with copyright, but we'll see. Any moment now. There it is. So the soundtrack to the game is actually supplied, and you'll see this in the credits. It's supplied by David Bowie, which was a big cult following singer from back in the day. Back in the day. God, it makes me sound so old. Written and directed by David Kage, or David Cage. If you're a fan of Two Best Friends Play, you might know that many times they mentioned David Kage in their Let's Plays, especially when they played Beyond Two Souls, and they mentioned it in the Indigo Prophecy game. Those were two of his other games that David Kage or David Cage. You know, I always thought it was David Cage. Now I really don't know how you pronounce his name. It might be David Kage for all I know. But David Kage did Beyond Two Souls and Indigo Prophecy. But before both of those games, and before Heavy Rain, which he also did, this was his first game that he wrote and directed. And David Kage is well known for being a kind of an interesting game developer. He develops these kind of adventure-y games that aren't really about action. But this game was different. This game actually had quite a bit of action in it, and it's amazing I get to play this again. One of the reasons why this is amazing to play this again, for years I have tried to get this game to work on PC, and it doesn't. Except for the Steam version that I own. What happened was that there was a Dreamcast version, but good God, I don't have a Dreamcast. I have no idea where I would find one nowadays. But instead, I was able to purchase on Steam. But before it came out on Steam, the only way to really get the game was by paying either by paying $120 or something to buy the game off of Amazon because it was rare, or you had to find an illegal copy and try to download it. The problem is that it never worked, and according to a friend of mine, Don, who also knew about the PC version, he had the worst time trying to get the legitimate PC version to work, because, as you may know, Dreamcast used Windows ME Millennium Edition as part of its game software, which was a terrible mistake, because all of the games that were made for it then could not be properly programmed except by except by weird programs that would run with Windows Millennium Edition. So I'll take this. So the last thing they just told us was we have to open up our sneak and we can look at Kayl's apartment key. Oh no, we don't need, not that. Okay, there we go. Examine this. Alright, congratulations. You've just acquired the latest Konsu design sneak, the fabulous MK400. Thanks to the latest molecular disassembler technology, the MK400 enables you to transport up to 18 different objects. For more than 18 objects, you can use your virtual locker. Excuse me. On the multi-plan to swap objects between your locker and your sneak. Thanks to its exclusive memorizing system, your sneak will memorize any information that you will receive. Attention, for reasons of security, objects using waiver technology, weapons and ammunition, for example, cannot be transferred from one sneak to another. Konsu, tomorrow's technology today. So, there you go. Now, how do I cancel? How do I cancel? Anyway, I'm trying to get a hold of the controls again. It's not the best controls, but god damn, it's amazing to be able to play this. Alright, so I'm gonna go to Kayl's apartment first. And this game was cool because it used this taxi system. And remember, this was before the modern GTAs. This game was made before the modern GTAs. It was made before, you know, it was made before any PS2 game came out. It was a very, very old game. This was actually one of the first games for the Dreamcast. It came out, I think, either mid to late Dreamcast, but by that time, the PS2 was just about to come out, so it really didn't matter too much. I think if it had come out a little bit later, they might have released it on the PS2, and probably David Kage would have probably gotten a little more respect if he had, but for whatever reason, he decided to keep it on this. Ooh, we have a map? I have a map? No, I don't have a map. Okay, never mind. Oh yes, I want to use my apartment key on the key code, so I can go to my apartment, or Kayl's apartment, really. And his name, what was his name again? Kayl 669. Oh yeah. Signs: received basic Omikron police training in using waiver weapons and combat techniques. So I am an investigating agent in the Omikron police. And you might say, well, gee, why would that make a difference? Well, you'll see as we go. You'll see as we go along. If you've never played this game before, you're probably in for a treat. If you have played this game before, you're probably laughing like, you don't know what's gonna happen now. Alright, Central Bank of Omikron, found some money. That's cool. This game used a lot of like very well-made technologies for. Ooh, what's?
Kayl.
Ooh, look at those polygons. I thought I saw someone just in front of me. She looks so real. I feel as if I should know her. You probably should. I'm surprised you don't have her memories. That's kind of weird. That's the other thing about this game that's kind of weird is that excuse me, I'm talking my mouth off probably. Ring note. What's the ring note? Okay, let me see if I can read this. The rings of the art? Excuse me, Fluttershy. The rings of the art appear on the pilgrim's path. Only pure spirits can see them. They have two powers. The first is to freeze time. The second is to quiet the seeker for fight. The second is to choir. I don't know. He who wishes to survive must use them judiciously, for their number is limited. I think that's the only important part about that is that since they're limited, I don't have those rings. All right, so I got a ring note, which is pretty weird. Not sure what's on the note or why it's there. What's in here? Oh, I know what this room is. I'll show you guys. It's not important right now, but I'll show you the room later. It doesn't play an important role at the moment. I need to take this stuff though. Police badge, yes. And a med kit, very important. Bathroom, shower, also important. Can't use it. This place is not as interactable as other David Kage games. However, you can pee. Yep. Not really important, but you can do it. I don't understand. There's no reason to do that. To do what? I don't know what you're talking about. I just want you to do whatever I say. I don't know what to do with this. It's a chest. Just open it up. Sleeping pills prescription. I believe that gets used later, but for now, it's not important. I do remember it's used for something in particular. Me in the mirror. Pretty sexy. Yep. Just look at that ass. Oh, look at that tight ass. I thought that was... Oh, no. I remember. By pressing the head button... Oh, what was it? Okay, so Q and back does a half turn. What was I using for the head button? Oh, yes. The mouse. That's right, I gotta keep my hand on the mouse for... No, I don't need to keep my hand on the mouse. I just don't know. Hey, what the? 3 rings. 3 interlaced rings floating in the air. Interesting. I get the impression that I'm the only one who can see them. They might be useful to me. How do you get the impression that you're the only one who can see them? You're the only one who's here. There's no one else to explain that you cannot see them. Or that they cannot see them. Oh, we got some news, huh? I don't know if I'll be reading all of these because I know there's a lot of these news articles, but they give you a feel for how this world is. So, reduced sleeping time. Today, Ix, I believe is how it's pronounced, Ix announced that he may very soon order a reduction of 10 minutes in legal sleeping time. According to his calculations, this would produce productivity in certain sectors by 1.2% and increase the AHR average happiness rate by 0.8%. Ix announced in his weekly bulletin that according to his calculations, the average happiness of each inhabitant is higher than for the same period last cycle. This increase is due to quality scheduling and greater thought control. Warriors lose to Mechas 38-71. The Warriors suffered a severe defeat yesterday in Reshev Stadium in the final of the Super Glass. Trainer Taz Yal's team was completely incapable of responding to the power of the Mechas. The trainer was imprisoned after the match pending a decision by the managers on the level of responsibility in this defeat. So, we're dealing with a futuristic, tyrannical kind of corporate-run something or other. Now, I know what these are supposed to be used for, and I'll show you. You can either save or get advice. I will not be using the advice. It's a waste. See, this was back when we didn't have the big old fat internet to look up walkthroughs. We did have it, but it was a pain in the neck and not too many people made it. So, in order to get through difficult parts, you could get advice, but then you have to spend rings to do it. You also spend rings to save, and as we just learned, there's a limited amount. So you may be wondering, so how often should you save? Well, I'm going to save here because I don't want to go through that big, fat, old beginning all over again. because that would be a pain in the ass. Oh, hot damn, that woman is hot. I mean, you know, for 1999-ish graphics.
Oh, Kayl, I thought I'd never see you again. Where have you been? I haven't heard from you in days.
I must have been playing League of Legends again. Let's see. I don't know. I can't remember. That's a lie. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know what Kayl's been up to. I'm not Kayl. I'm occupying his body, but I come from another dimension. Yeah, let's just tell Kayl's obvious wife that we're from another dimension. I can't tell you anything. You wouldn't believe me. Let's go with that.
Kayl, is there another woman in your life?
No, I can tell you for sure there isn't. Of course not, but I think I've lost my memory. You must help me to find out what happened to me in the last few days. Let's see. Tell me about the circumstances surrounding my disappearance. When did you realize I disappeared? Tell me about yourself.
I'm Tellis, your wife. We've been married for 3 cycles. It's funny. I feel as if something has changed in you, and as if you're not quite the same.
Oh, I'm not, baby. I'm way better. You're right. Something changed in me. I might tell you one day. I've got other questions to ask. And what about me? What's my job? No, I already know that. Tell me about what happened in the last few days.
4 days ago, you didn't come home from work. I called your office in security headquarters. They said that you and your partner, Den, had gone out on an investigation and that they hadn't heard from you. That was all they could tell me.
What happened next?
They couldn't find you anywhere. You disappeared without a trace. I was sick with worry. I ended up thinking that you'd been arrested by the militia and that they'd killed you.
The militia? I don't actually remember who the militia are and how's that different from the Omikron. But I think it has like corporate connection kind of thing. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe. Maybe my partner Den knows something.
When I realized you disappeared, I tried to find Den to ask him if he knew anything. But he disappeared too.
Oh, that sucks. Tell me about Den.
I hardly know anything about Den. All I know is that he's your partner and your best friend. Just before you disappeared, you were spending a lot of time together in the evenings.
Oh, maybe Kayl did have another love in his life. Oh, jeez. Oh, poor Tellis. Do you know what I was investigating before I disappeared?
I don't know anything about your investigations. You never told me about your work. Why don't you go to your office in security headquarters? They're probably still looking for you.
Yeah, probably. You're right. I'll go to my office at security. Wait a minute. No, they're not. A security police drone just came by. I'm like, you're fine. Just get some water and some rest. So they must not be looking for me if their security drone bot completely overlooked me. All right, fine. You're right. I'll go to my office at Security HQ.
Oh, Kayl. I'm so glad to have you back.
Oh, baby, I'm glad to have your back. Oh! Oh! Giggity, 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 gig. Giggity, gig, giggity, gig, giggity, 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 gig, giggity, gig, giggity, gig, giggity, gig, giggity, gig, giggity, 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 gig. Now, there is a little secret here that I don't think plays any part in anything, but I'm going to show you it anyway. Because it's funny. Oh, it's not this. Actually, we're going to get ourselves worked up first. Because, you know. Now, the interesting thing about this game is that it actually blends 3 types of gameplays together in one game. And this is one of them is obviously just adventure, running around and some platforming, which is probably going to piss us off to no end. and puzzle solving, but the other is fighting. And so I'm going to show you how fighting works.
Get ready. The fight is about to start.
I'm going to start on easy because I literally have no skills in fighting and need to upgrade my abilities before I really start taking anything on to... Yeah! Kicked his ass. Didn't even get scratched.
Choose your difficulty level.
Let's do average since we kicked that guy's ass
The fight is about
with
to
no
start.
problem. Uh-oh, he's pulling out the big moves. Alright, I got my ass handed to me a little bit there because I think I fucked something up. Again, oh god, this is terrible. Oh my gosh, fight controls, that's what I did. Forward is supposed to be D, backward is supposed to be A, strafe left and strafe right are supposed to be WS. Ah, I'm a moron. Oh my god. Okay. Now, I promise that will be the last time I make that mistake. But we kicked his ass anyway.
Kayl, choose your difficulty level.
Okay, there we go. Let's take on the most difficult.
Get ready.
Now, we're probably going to get our asses handed this time around because... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. We got our asses handed to us. I have now reached the fighting level of Disciple. Just gonna do one more on average.
Difficulty level. Get ready.
Just,
The fight.
this is how you have to get your levels up in order to take on. It's basically the way you make money in this game is by kicking people's asses. Come on, I know you're not... Ah, damn it! Alright, I'm done with that. I'm done with that malarkey. Now that I've worked up a sweat, I can get my reward. Oh, baby, baby, baby. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna be having that polygonal sex, you know what I'm talking about? I can't believe David Kage has always, if he's synonymous for two things, the first one is weird games with interesting plot lines and game mechanics, and the other is very awkward sex scenes. Yeah. a nightmare. It was just a nightmare. I shouldn't be wasting my time. I've got to get to Security HQ and find out what happened to Kayl. Yeah, instead you're just going to sit around and bone his wife. Okay, so I have everything I need. So let's get on out of here. Yeah, that's right, baby. I'm going to fuck you and leave you.
You just got back and you're already leaving?
Girl, I got my business to run. Don't be getting all up on my business, girl. Sorry, Tellus, I really must find out what happened to me and bone a whole lot more ladies.
Kayl, I love you.
Oh my gosh, it's just like the scene we just saw. I have precognition powers, obviously, I guess. I don't know. I love you too, Tellus. Bye-bye. So in this game, we're playing as ourselves. So we don't have to play as a role. So basically everything I want to do, I get to do whatever I want. But that will have to continue next time. That's all for this episode of Omikron the Nomad Soul. You can leave a like or comment below if you enjoyed this video, and join us again for more. Until next time, good night.